based on these numbers that this election is going to come down to? Is it going to come down to that character? Is it going to come down to the top issues? What does that look like?
Well, each of the candidates have their core strengths, and frankly, they've consolidated their core strengths, right? So Trump is seen on the aggregate as someone who will get things done. He outperforms Harris on that, who understands the economy, again, does well. He's seen as a fighter. He's seen as someone who understands foreign policy. And by a double digit margin or a delta of over 10 points, he's seen as having the experience to be president. However, Harris has had a very strong introduction, and she's seen as having the right temperament for president. She's plus 15 points on that specific attribute. She's seen as having the right values, 8 points over Trump, caring about people like me, 8 points over Trump. Again, voters said 48% that Harris cares about people like them, and 40% answered the same for Trump, with 12 being unsure. And she's also seen as representing change. So when we say that she has momentum, that's really what we mean, right? That she has communicated to voters that she could be president and they see her as being good enough, and she's seen as a breath of fresh air. Where Trump dominates Harris is more on the issues, on everything from improving the economy and creating jobs to reducing inflation to national security and foreign policy, immigration, and so on and so forth, the military, Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Hamas war. He wins over her in double digits. And he is seen as being more experienced and more capable across a broader range of issues than she is. Harris is mainly winning on abortion, healthcare, race, equity, helping the working class, education, and climate change, which really are core democratic issues to begin with. So again, it's a complex picture and very dynamic and very competitive. An election like this, it's very susceptible to an October surprise, and we'll see if there will be an October surprise, whether domestically or in terms of foreign policy.
I'm sure you and I will be talking if there is any and all, or if we see any and all October surprises. But the top issues are inflation and price increases, the economy, as well as immigration. So Trump, you're saying, has the advantage there, but Harris has the momentum. And 3 weeks from Election Day, what would you rather have, the momentum going to the polls or the advantage?
It's a wonderful question. Um, it's very difficult to answer it. And I would say that uh, what is important is paying close attention to the 7% of the electorate, 6 or 7% of the electorate who are on the fence, and then the swing voters, and seeing how the polls track and trend as that gap narrow, as more people make up their mind. But it's a very difficult question to answer, whether it's the Harris's momentum that's worth more, or Trump's strength in the battleground state. What we know for a fact is that the election is going to come down to the results in a few different states. It might come down even to one state, in my opinion. That state is Pennsylvania. So we'll see sort of what happens in that cocktail between momentum and advantage.